Um, One of the big things that USGA pushed through last year was this bike rental program. Tell us
Oh,
a little bit about that and how
yes.
that impacts the community.
Um, that's a collaboration between Loyola Bike Club and the Student Government Senate. Pretty much what we did was there's a lot of leftover bikes that students just leave behind, so the bike club collects them, repair them, and then we give the funding to do all that, and then they found a location where students can come with an ID and just check them out for free for a day to 3 days, depending on their needs, and they bring it back. So it's a totally free program for Loyola students to utilize. What it does is like it encourages students to go out on a bike to the surrounding community instead of staying on campus. So the more they get out there, the more they explore the surrounding Rogers Park, Edgewater community, and that way they have more interaction with the surrounding that they're living in. Uh,
Um, Talking about students staying here on campus,
hmm
unfortunately, too much sometimes.
hmm
Um, there's this idea of a Loyola bubble,
hmm
things going on inside, and
hmm
we're self-centered and thinking about ourselves and stuff. Is there? Do you think that there is this mythical or idea of a Loyola bubble? And if so, how do we pop it, or do
Um,
we need to pop it?
I don't think it's as extensive as some people believe. Like, from my own personal experience, I've been pretty optimistic about students' interaction with the community. People that come talk to me, they always talk about how they want to volunteer, how they want to get more involved with the community. Of course, there's other people who don't want to venture out there. They're because of the safety reasons. But I think that's kind of misplaced. And
Foolish,
huh?
foolish.
Yeah, foolish. I mean,
Eh,
I've been out a lot and I've been fine, and I think it's very peaceful neighborhood, and people should go out there and explore more. But from my experience, there are a lot of students who's very curious about the neighborhood. If we give them the opportunity and push them give it a little incentives to get them out there, and then they will continue that. Just give it a little momentum, a little push. And I think that's something that Loyola administrators also notice too, because I've been to a couple meetings over the summer, and that topic comes up a lot came up a lot about how they would like students to go out more to explore the community. And it's a goal that student government shares too because it will improve the student lives, not just students, but also the surrounding community. So, I mean, I think that bubble exists, but not as extensive as we come to believe. So we got to be optimistic about that and, look at it.
You're listening to Xavier Chen, senior and student body president of Loyola University Chicago.
hmm
This is Chris Coggin coming at you, WLUW 88.7, part of the Chicago Sound Alliance,
hmm
live from the Heartland Radio. A couple of weeks ago, I interviewed Paula Bowie, who's
Uh-huh.
another student leader at Loyola, and her and I were talking about how students at Loyola want to be involved, like have
hmm
this mentality of,
hmm
where you just need to be nurtured, maybe. There's this whole potential of
Exactly.
involvement and this whole potential of activism out there, and they just need that kind of push
hmm
that you were talking about.
hmm
Not only from student government, but from student groups, and maybe even from the administration, and maybe even from the community itself to
hmm
say, "Hey, come out and help us out." What
hmm
are some ways that student government can like push, maybe?
A lot of what
Or,
student government is trying to do is not to push people to a certain direction. What we do is we have the resource, so we provide the tools to student organizations, which makes up most students are part of some kind of organization because they all have an interest, some kind of interest. So we provide the tools to those organizations, and those organizations create events, promote certain things that they believe in, and then get the students who's part of that group to participate in that. So that's what our strategy has been in the past. That way we can reach out to as many students as possible. Because if we were to push certain initiatives, there's only so much we can do as a body. We're a pretty small body compared to the entire Loyola student body.
right.
I think we consist of about 55 students, while we have about 10,000 undergraduates, I believe. That's the
hmm
statistics. Um, so we can only do so much. So we're trying to do more by giving tools to those who also have had the capacity to push students to that direction.
And how do you
Mhm.
tell students, come to me? I've got all these great tools, all this
Uh-huh.
money. and all of these smart people ready to
Uh-huh.
lead you. Just
Hmm.
come to me and ask for it. How do you get that
A
message
lot
out
of it
there?
just communication. I mean, in the past we did not communicate a lot outward because, like I said, we were focused a lot inward. We were focused on our own internal structure, trying to fix it so that we can prepare for that moment when we can go out and tell students about all the tools we have, all the things in our toolkits. Um, and I think next year is the year for that. I got a great communication chief of communication for next year. She actually I asked her to come here with me today, but she has to work today. So maybe in the coming weeks, we can come back on again with a more solid plan about how to approach the interaction between student body and the community. Um, but a lot of it's just communication. The active student leaders like Paula, she knows the tools that student government has to offer, and they take advantage of that. They come to us with issues. They ask for funding for certain initiatives. But there are also a lot of student leaders out there who do not know about the resources we offer, and that's just communication. And we've been working entire summer on that. So if we're successful next year, you'll see the difference. Yeah.
Yeah. There's some hope out there.
Oh, there is hope. Yeah. A lot of hope. That's why there's a momentum. If there's no hope, there's no momentum. Yeah.
Very nice. Okay. So what else do you have upcoming this senior year?
Um, well, what I'm doing personally right now, which I think I should also encourage you guys to do, our previous president, Dan Kleinman, he's right now the director of the housing for Edgewater Community Council. And over the summer, he's been organizing this block party at the, I believe, Dorndale, Granville, Broadway area.
Uh-huh.
And he has recruited a lot of students at Loyola who comes here for summer school to help out in organizing such an event. And I've been trying to help him out with the time that I have to recruit more students and also just recruit anybody who's interested. And that's one of the tangible ways that I think we can get students involved in the community.
Yeah, that's awesome. When is
And
that gonna be?
I think that's every Monday. I don't know the location exactly. You can probably contact the Edgewater Community Council to find that out. But I believe the first week they did it at the Granville stop. The second week they did it at that Dorndale area, Red Line stop area.
So you can contact the Edgewater Community Council
Yeah.
and find out about this block party that Dan Kleinman is in charge
Yeah.
of. Maybe we'll have him on pretty soon sometime.
Oh, great.
He's former president of USGA,
Mhm.
which is the student government for you non-Loyola people out there,
Mhm.
and for you Loyola people.
But
Spreading the word.
But yeah, I mean, this block idea is every Monday, and it's just this great idea, and it's just a great way to get if communities involved and students will get more involved, and then maybe over there we have that interaction that will kick off the momentum that we're talking about that we want.
Use what you got. Use
Mhm.
that momentum. Well, Xavier Chen, student body president, thank you for coming on the show today.
Mhm.
I also want to thank Terry Feingold, who was our first guest today. Spoke a little bit about catering and that Urban Coaster, which is a very, very nice newspaper. I've
Mhm.
written only one article for it. And then also want to thank Dr. Maura Chamberlain for coming on as well, talking a little bit about state of affairs with the healthcare in the United States. And of course, as always, I want to thank my fellow hosts, Michael James and Katie Hogan, the owners of this fine establishment. Come out next week and check us out. We're broadcasting you live from the Heartland, WLUW 88.7 every morning, not every morning, every Saturday morning at 9 o'clock. And you can also check us out at youtube.com/heartlandmedia. Do good in the world, because the world needs all the good that you can do. Peace, love, joy, happiness. Check out that blues. Bye.
That's good.